Welcome to the internal process of a mental projector externalized through language. I'm just laying here. I'm pretty relaxed. And I guess I just wanted to kind of externalize or share or express or soundboard. And I find it's very interesting to think about all of this stuff like the variables connected to the type. Like I am a PRL, DRR, so I'm 3 times right, 1 times left. And this only leftness that I have, and that's super common for people who have only one aspect left, only one arrow of their variable looking to the left, being active or strategic, so to say. It's very common for those people to be, to use that focus, this little one aspect, like to build all the other stuff around it. It's like this focus is the most important thing, and this is what it's about, and they totally forget, and me too, totally forget about surrendering, to totally forget about the passiveness, the receptiveness, being laid back and chill and relax and not here to struggle and hustle and grind and do and act and work and being concentrated, being focused, thinking, finding solutions. This is just not what it's about, and as we know, we all want to have what we don't have. We all want to be what we're not. We all want to kind of, compensate for the things that we don't have in a way of where we are open, you know. And I often fall into this place where I'm just trying to be strategic, or where others try to make me strategic, where others kind of bring me into this position as for me, I'm very much environmental based, or the environment plays a huge role for me. So if the environment is very strategic and mental and spontaneous and this and that, it's so easy for me to just fall into this different pattern and rhythm. And also with my third lines who are, adapting in a kind of sense, they just go with it, and yeah. So maybe this is just a little reminder for myself and for the people who have a lot of rightness, especially if you have a right environment and if you have a right brain or a right mind. You're not here to be focused, you're not here to be concentrated, you're not here to just, focus on the things and solve the problem and look into yourself. And this is all the strategic stuff. And it just exhausts you. I can feel it. I get anxieties or kind of panic attacks. I feel overstimulated because I put pressure on my mental system, and that puts pressure on my brain system, and that puts pressure on my body. And then I am tensious. I have this tension all over me. I can feel it, and then I make mistakes in a way of that are not healthy for me. Bump my head and not being in the moment, not being in the now, being everywhere but not in my body. So it's so important to check out your variable, to just understand the basics of it. It's also helpful. It's not, you don't need to study it. It's just to understand. I'm more like a laid back guy, and the other one is more like an active guy. And I know so many people who are quad lefts, for example, or who have like left design variables. On the left side, the red side, the arrows look to the left. So they have an active brain system and they have an active environment. And they try so hard to relax. They try so hard to be grounded and chill. And it's not what they should do. It's so funny to watch and observe that. They are here to be observed by being active. And it doesn't mean that if you're a projector or a reflector or a manifester and you have this left arrow that you should run around and work. It's not about that. It can be, but it's more about you should be active in your environment. You shouldn't sit around and observe. You should be active. So for me, I have an external market environment, and this environment is about being outside, working outside, or going out of the cave, out of the home, meeting strangers, meeting people, but not in an active way. Going to a market and not running around, not going there and here and watching and being watched, being observed. Like It's more like being there passively. I sit there, and sometimes somebody comes to me and I have a deep talk with them, and it's okay, and then they go. Sometimes nothing happens, but I'm here to observe the market. I'm here to be a um, passive person on in the markets, for example. Yeah, and all the open centers are I'm easily forgetting about them. It's I need to remind myself again and again and again and again. Not in an active way. It comes to me. People give me reminders, or I have a epiphany or insight or satori moment. Like, oh, okay, that's what it mean. That's the thing about open root. That's the thing about open ego. Oh man, do I try? Oh, I guess I try to prove myself. I try to prove by working so much in a very stressful way, or I guess I need to have the ability to deal with stress and work better and more. And that's the way how I prove. All of these things. You can sit down and really keynote this shit out of it. You have so much potential of insightful poetry is possible in just using the simple keynotes. You don't need to, know the gates and this and that. You can use that, but it's in the beginning, or not even in the beginning. Even if you're years into the experiment, it will still, at least for me, it will still shock you or give you this possibility to realign yourself, like click, and you're back in your trajectory, right? Um, so yeah, the experiment is a pain in the ass sometimes. It's not easy, and I've said this often, I guess. And it is, wow, it's so deep and dense and almost impossible. Actually, it's hard, and at the same time, it's so easy. This is like it's such a beautiful paradox, and the mind will never really get it. I have so many doubts about human design still. I mean, I began my experiment as I tried to debunk it. I was like, okay, I debunked this shit, but I can't. And it's okay. And I'm in it now, and I see that there is change. Some people say, "Oh, human design doesn't change you," and some people even say, "Oh, when you feel like you have changed, you're actually not living yourself." It's just, I don't know what that should mean. I mean, I can when I'm abstract, I'm looking into the past. I process the past to make clarity, to gain clarity in the now. And for me, there is changes. There's a lot of social, structural changes, genetic changes. Um, I had body sensations that would never, I mean, I could never imagine that this is possible. I can sense so much more. Like my awareness is so much more active. No, active is not the right word, but there. It's there. It's really it's really receiving and observing, and it's useful, and it's in its position, so to say. It's hard to explain that, but I guess those of you who are in their experiment, they can relate or not. So yeah, and I don't know why I record this, but I was just laying here, and I had this feeling of like, yeah, I'm relaxed. I just want to spit it out because it's something that's going on in my mental pressured system. And I guess it's inspiring others. It can, I should share. I know I love to share stuff like that. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for listening. And if you would like to donate something because you enjoyed it, feel free to go to my coffee page, ko-fi.com/human design. Bye bye.
Powered by join.rhdc.com. Unlocked content for the community by the community.